Collective. Welcome to Intuitive Goddess Tarot 911. I'm Jenny. Welcome in or welcome back. I was called today to come out and do a reading. It's a very specific one. So the message that I was getting is somebody should leave. And so to me, it was coming through in the Reba song. So that song is about a family who, you know, the husband and wife are both not happy, but they're staying in the relationship for the kids. So, like I said, this is very specific, so it's not going to fit for everybody. This could be past energy, this could be present energy, so take it for what it is. And obviously, if it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you. And these readings are timeless. So whenever you're seeing it, it's meant for you to see it. So let us see what is going on here, because I've been getting this message all day. And it's what? I don't know, 3 o'clock or something. So, all right. So I was called to use this deck, but we're going to pull some charms first to see what we get. I apologize if this is noisy. I can't believe what this camera picks up. It's like shocking, to be honest. So we got a mermaid. I've never gotten that before. A whale tail. A key with a diamond as the, whatever you call that, the thing that holds the key. A beautiful butterfly. A jack-o'-lantern. A bunny rabbit. A flower. I feel like there's so many flowers in here. Angel wings. And let's see what else. Cherries and a dragonfly. Okay, so that gives us a good start. So let's pull from this deck and just see what we get. I don't usually use this deck, but I was called to. So wind chimes, peace and harmony. So maybe that's what you're looking for, is peace and harmony. Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Okay, so that makes sense. That aligns. So maybe the change, the peace and harmony will come with the change. And then hug close up. Pleasure with a close friend. Okay. And then owl, good advice from a wise person. I like to think that's me, but who knows? Let's keep going. And then bird flying, news is on its way. And then this is just sticking out to me. It's December. So whatever this is happening, it's probably going to be happening in December. Okay, so let's get some of my deck to see if we can clarify. Actually, you know what? We'll use this secondary. Let's use the Witching Hour Oracle first to see what we can find out. And then we'll use that one. And then we'll use tarot. You know how I roll. We do multiple things. Okay. So Spirit, this person, this message that I was getting, what do they need to know about what is happening with their peace and harmony? Let go. So I don't know if you can see this card, but I intuitively feel like this is definitely a family situation. And there's a woman here who looks like she's pregnant. And I mean, you could actually be pregnant, or you could be pregnant with the whole world. Whatever you want, you could be pregnant with. So let's keep going. What about caterpillar changes coming? What else do we need to know about that? Prophecy. So this has already been written. Good to know. And then what about pleasure with a close friend? Vitality. So you feel best when you are with your tribe, which makes sense, right? We all, and I say we all, and I know we don't all, but intuitively we feel better when we are with people who accept us and who are not, I don't know why this is coming through, but like nagging. That could be for somebody. And then what about good advice from a wise person? Creating. Okay, this kind of came out yesterday, like where transmuting energy is essential to our well-being. Doesn't matter how you do it. Doesn't matter if you're crafting or if you are writing music, playing music, having a dance party by yourself. It doesn't matter how you're transmuting energy. It just matters because it's going to help you get to the next stage of where you're supposed to be. So whatever you're creating is transmuting energy, if that makes sense. Decisions is under bird flying, news on its way. This is what I was feeling. So I feel like something may, with whatever this news is, it may come in and it may be a catalyst to the ending of this situation. I don't know. Only you know. So then December, we got a line. Okay. All right. So let's get some more cards because we're off to a good start here. I feel like we have a good vision of what's going on. So I'm just going to say that intuitively I'm feeling like, you know, there are times when we all need to let go of situations that we don't want to, that are uncomfortable, that are making us miserable, and we don't know that they're making us miserable because we're complacent and we've been in the situation for too long. Everybody's path is different, right? You're not the same as anyone else, and your decisions are your own. So this is just, tarot reading is a useful tool, I would say, but definitely not a, something to base your decisions on. I feel like what tarot does is it opens up parts of your mind that you weren't aware of previously, and it helps you to work through problems, if that makes sense. So definitely don't watch a billion tarot readers and be like, okay, I'm making this decision based on what I saw on tarot. It's a tool, so keep that in mind. That's for somebody. All right, so what about letting go? What do we need to know about letting go and peace and harmony? Hurt people. This came out in the last reading, and it's so true, because if you're in an abusive or narcissistic relationship for so long, you start stooping. Most people start stooping. So what I mean by that is you take measures into your own hands to try to make the other person in the relationship feel bad. And this might not be something that you're normally doing, but you're doing it as a defense mechanism to protect yourself. So that could be for somebody too, because we can all turn into devils when we're in a relationship that's not comfortable. There is jealousy around you. We're going to put these this way just because it's easier to have them line up on here. You have the power to create opportunities with your energy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, as far as going out with a friend, um, creating music, writing. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's going to make you feel better about the situation, that's the important thing. And this is intimidating to people because they want you to stay stuck where you are. Like, stay on the ground. I put you there. Their obsession of you is a compliment. Okay. Your journey was necessary for you to grow. The universe will remove them if you don't. And I always say this. I don't know if you've heard me say this, but there is a time and a season and a place for everything. And if you don't make the decision, the universe is going to be like, well, I'm going to make it for you. And that can be in any way, shape, or form. I recently, I don't want to say too much, but I had an acquaintance in an abusive relationship, and he died. He dropped dead. So, rejection is protection is another one. So, I'm just saying. Real love. Divine union and partnership. Your intelligence is scary. Read the signs. Your intuition isn't lying. All right, let's get a couple more and then we'll do tarot. And we'll do a recap because this is like a story, right? All of those we're just going to fly out. We can't take all of those again. We did that yesterday. That was a lot. So let's not do that again. People have hidden intentions. Okay. Trust your path. Okay. Okay. So let's recap. So basically, to get peace and harmony, and again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm a tarot reader. So you do what you will. But it seems like if I'm getting the message intuitively that this might be something that you need to let go of before you do the stooping, So hurt people, and then real love. I think it takes real love to love yourself enough to leave a situation. Nobody wants to leave a situation. It's difficult. It's painful for everybody, especially if there's children involved. It can be really, really painful. But I'll give you an example. So years ago, I was leaving my ex because the situation in the house was just, it was like there was soot in the air every day, and I shit you not. And the minute I got my son out of that energy, he changed into a different person, a remarkable person. And I won't say which son it is, or give specific information, but he changed into a wonderful human being. And it was because he was led away from that situation. And I shudder to think the human being that he would have been if he had grown up in that situation. So maybe that's for somebody. I don't know. So prophecy is underneath things. Things will not always be this way. Change is inevitable, right? Our whole lives are changing. We're changing. Even if you don't want to change, you're changing every day. We all do it. We all grow, which is the crazy magical thing about this life. So, and this is written. Whatever this is written. It was supposed to happen. And then prophecy, there is jealousy around you, and divine union and partnership. So maybe in order for you to be in a divine union and partnership, you have to let go of this situation. I don't know about everybody, but I tend to stay in situations too long. I think in the past, people stayed in situations their whole lives and were miserable, which is just unfathomable to me. Like in the 50s and 60s, like you could beat your wife, you could rape her, you could do all kinds of shit to her, and you were married, so it was okay. So we have free will. We can lead ourselves out of these bad situations. So that being said, maybe you having a talk with a close friend is all part of it, because you feel more vital when you're around this person. This person is wise. And I don't know if you can see this card, but there's an owl in her chest. So I feel like intuitively that means that you know too, that it's time probably. And then you have the power to create opportunities with your energy. We all do. You know, we're all capable of manifestation. So the other thing is your intelligence is scary. So I feel like you know intuitively a lot more about the situation than you're saying. And I recommend that. Coming out and blasting someone with a truth that you know isn't helpful, because of course they're going to say that it's not the truth. So moving in silence, keeping your moves, you know, under wraps, I recommend that until you have proof. And then we have good advice from a wise person creating. So maybe this wise friend of yours is like, get away, you know, go craft, go shopping, go do whatever it is that makes you happy. And then their obsession of you is a compliment, which, okay, it is, but it doesn't change the fact that they're so obsessed with you to an unhealthy level. That could be for somebody. And then read the signs, your intuition isn't lying. Yes, we ignore our intuition. Maybe someone's having trouble speaking. I don't know. So we ignore our intuition when it's convenient for us, right? When we don't want to see the truth, we just pick up the rug, shove it under there, then we don't have to think about it. So, and then you got bird flying, news, it's on its way, decisions. Your journey was necessary for your growth. And then people have hidden intentions. I do feel intuitively that this person you're dealing with, there's a lot below the surface that you don't know about. And I don't know who you are, but it feels like there's a lot. And then also the month of December, we're here. And there's something about you focusing on self-love. And in this picture, I don't know if you can see it. I know I don't hold them all up. But in this picture, there's 3 of this person. And to me, that represents future you, your inner child, you aligning with yourself and your belief system, I feel like is going to be huge in this. So then the universe will remove them if you don't. I know what I already said about that. And then trust your path. Yes, so all of this has already been written in the stars, whether you know it or not. So definitely, you know, if you don't make the decision, and I'm not here to tell you what to do. I know I've already said that. We all have free will. But you're seeing this for a reason. You're seeing this reading for a reason. And I would recommend listening to that song Somebody Should Leave by Reba McEntire, because that is what started this whole thing. I didn't listen to it. I haven't listened to it in years. It was one of my mother's favorite songs. I haven't listened to that song in, God, I can't even tell you, maybe 5 years or something. I know the lyrics because she played it nonstop when I was 15. So why it's coming up today, I have no idea. But I think you do, whoever you are. Ace of Wands. There's a spark in you. You want this peace and harmony. You want energetically to not wake up in the morning and feel like you have this heavy weight on you. An anchor, I would say. 8 of Coins. Yeah, you want home, family, stability. You want the 10 of Cups. You know, you want to just be living a normal, happy life. Page of Cups. Here's the message. Maybe this is the message. I don't know. I don't think so, because I feel like if you're contemplating this is the reason why you're clicking on the reading, and I haven't named it yet, but I probably will name it exactly what I said the reading was about. So yeah, you're dreaming about a new life, and some sort of message is coming in. It could be an internal message even. It could be a message from your ancestors. King of Wands. I feel like you are going to need to give yourself the space to look at this objectively and see the vision of your new life. See the manifestation. See how to make things fair for you. And I'm not saying that you should focus on yourself, but if you don't have a, how do I explain this? So a cup that is full is someone who thinks they know everything. You can't learn anything with a full cup. A person who fills their own cup but doesn't fill it all the way, just fills it halfway, can learn a lot from this life and our experiences. So I feel like give yourself the time to really look at things for what they are. I think that would be helpful. And then decisions. What about this, Spirit? Eight of Swords. So I don't know if you all know what the Eight of Swords means, but so basically this person is restricted, but she's not bound. She's blindfolded lightly. She's bound lightly, which to me speaks to not wanting to see the truth. You're avoiding the truth because you don't want to face the fact that something is going to come in to influence your decision. Your confinement and your powerlessness, it's all self-made. And I'm not being an asshole. Seriously, I'm not. I've been there. I've been in the gutter because I wanted to be there. And I did it to myself. And until I got myself out of that situation, multiple times actually, I didn't learn any lessons. So there's a lesson in this, but you have to take off your blindfold. Unfortunately. I'm sorry for whoever you are. The Devil. I just want to get the book for this. I never look up the devil, but we're going to do it today. I'm being called to, so. So if this is a person that you're dealing with, the person is an individual who is charming, charismatic, highly ambitious. They come across as quite intense and at times obsessive and have the ability to be highly focused on a task until it is completed. They get things done, but they love power and control. And I feel like, sorry, I'm hot. They love power and control. And I think they love power and control over you. So, manipulation, control is what this card is all about, according to this. Because sometimes when I look at this card, I think of, well, addiction, materialism, like, you know, we're hooked on how much money we make or what we can buy or if we drive a fancy car or things like that. But I definitely feel like whoever this person is, they're in it to control you. And that's their main focus, right? That's all they want to do. They want to control you. They want to, I don't know why stalking is coming into mind, but it is. So, Spirit, where does the collective sit on all this? Because this is a lot of information, and I know this is a message that probably some of you do not want to get. So, where does the collective sitting other than Eight of Swords? Your desire is to be in a relationship. You got the Lovers. So no matter what type of relationship that means, it looks like you want to be in this relationship despite all this crap that's happening. And, you know, it's your life. I'm not here to make decisions for you. This is a useful guide. And then 9 of Cups. You want your happy ending. And I guess the question is, are you willing to, I mean, and this is very personal, this is very specific, so this isn't going to be for everybody, but look at how your children are feeling about this situation. Are they happy? Do they seem happy? Are you happy? Or are you just living in this perpetual, what's the word? Complacency. I don't know. Only you know. So I asked for an outcome card. I didn't say it out loud. It's the 3 of Swords. So it's a separation card. Basically, there's going to be trauma. There's going to be tears. Your life is probably going to be burned to the ground. And then you're going to be able to pull those swords out of your heart from what is going on here. And then you're going to get the Ace of Swords, which is clarity, a breakthrough, justice. You are going to get what you need. I don't feel like we need any other cards. I will get an advice card for you for whoever you are. And whoever you are, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I've been here. I've gone through this. It's painful as all fuck. I kept my blinders on for years because I didn't want to have to see the truth. I didn't want to have to uproot my family. Start over, be financially independent. This person that I was with was taking care of me. Yeah, I didn't want to do any of those things. I wanted to watch soap operas and eat ice cream and be miserable when my spouse came home. Okay. You got Raven. You are the creator and the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elements. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. And Puffin. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are the joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will always give you the best results. I totally agree with this. My friends, if I didn't have my friends, my two best friends, I would not be able to survive. You need people you can talk to. You need people that you can bounce ideas off of. You need people to call you on your bullshit. So that's what my friends do. We all do it for each other. And I feel like if you don't have that, it's very difficult. So finding people who support you. And if you don't have family, if you don't have friends, I'll be your friend. Seriously. I mean, I am an advocate for all women. I'm an advocate for everybody. But being a woman, I tend to advocate for women more, for transgender people, for non-binary people. Not that I'm not advocating for men, but I feel like these are the people that I have found that need it. So I hope this message helps for whoever this is for. Please let me know, because this is a really intense message and it's not an easy message. So anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. The channel is growing and I really appreciate it. And I'm going to do another reading after this. I had another message, so we're going to do that. But stay safe. Continue to be great people. And if you need a personal reading, just message me in the comments on here. I read those and I will see it. Okay. So have a wonderful Sunday. I will see you again and take care. Bye.